Welcome to the Showstopper Podcast Live! Hello, Pippa.
Hello, Andrew.
How are you?
I'm really excited because we're here at the beautiful Boulevard Theatre to do the podcast live. And we've never done that before.
Yeah, I love the way you said live there, as if you expected a swell from the audience that they then didn't provide.
I tell you exactly what my thought plan was there. I went, Boulevard Theatre live, and in my head I went, you should indicate to the audience you'd like them to clap. And I went, it's too late, don't do it. Just look at Andrew.
Okay, great. Do you want to try again?
No, I don't. No,
okay, fine.
No,
that moment's gone, ladies and gents.
There'll be plenty of clapping because we've got two amazing guests.
Yeah, we have. We got. Who have we got tonight, Pippa?
We've got Sooz Kempner, and we've got Phil Nichol. Who? Yeah, exactly. They've got 4 fans in the audience.
Yeah,
that's why we invited them.
That's all we need. Yeah, for those 4 people.
And Sooz is an incredible musical theatre performer, cabaret performer, and has found a strange amount of fame through Twitter. Like we'll talk to her about that, but it's she's I think she's like broken Twitter in the best possible way. She's figured out how to actually use it for good, and I'm sure eventually for bad.
Yeah. And Phil is an amazing performer. He's in the West End musical everybody's talking about, Jamie, at the moment.
Yes.
He's also an incredible comedian.
Won the Perrier in 2006.
Hello.
When it was called the Perrier, when it meant something. Yeah? That's what it meant something then. And so...
no bitterness there.
No, what do you mean? Hey, everyone remembers the IF Finance Comedy Awards.
Yeah, that's right.
That some of us were nominated for but didn't win. But anyway, how are you? No, anyway. Carry on.
Great.
That can be edited.
I'm definitely not editing out that. The great thing about this podcast is I do the editing, so I have complete control over the things Pippa does and doesn't say.
It's really great.
Yeah. I think, shall we start the ball rolling by making up something?
Yeah, let's make something up because we think probably only fair if we ask our guests to make things up. We should make things up too.
Yeah.
Unlike this carefully scripted intro.
It's going seamlessly so far.
Yeah, so Showstopper, maybe, and some of you might have bought a ticket to this because you just turned up in Berwick Street and went, what can I do? And you went, well, I can either visit a sex shop or I can see a podcast recorded live.
And the sex shop was closed, so here we are.
So hands up, who's seen Showstopper, the improvised musical? So that's incredible, isn't it? There's about 2/3 have seen it, and then a third who've just turned up.
Yeah, and the other third, we should have been much clearer in our intro to really welcome them into the room rather than baffling them as we have so far.
So if you haven't seen Showstopper is an improvised musical. We literally make up everything. We have been doing it for about 12 years, and we've now made up over 1,100.
1,120, I think, was the last count.
Wow! So we've made up a lot of musicals, and we won an Olivier Award. So that's like our stamp of legitimacy, because when you tell people we make up musicals, people can respond in a sort of like, oh, that's so cute that you have a hobby.
And what's your job?
Yeah. So we make up musicals, and that's something we love doing. And we've got this amazing live band. Normally the podcast we only get keys, but we've got percussion today, so we're very excited about that. Alex Atty, she likes to lay down the beats. So you should make something up.
Yeah,
like
a song.
Yeah, a song would be great.
Yeah, great.
So does anyone have something they'd like us to sing about?
Yeah.
So at the moment I've been asking people, like, what's a question you have deep in your soul? Well, it can be big, like, why? So once I asked this question and someone said, should I have a 3rd child? And I was like, great, let's make up a song about that. And then last time I asked this question, they said, do you like vegetables? So it can really be that big in a scale. So does anyone have a question they'd like answered in a song?
Yeah, yes. Let me take the microphone all the way over to be fully interactive. Here we go.
Where does ocean water go at low tide?
Oh, nice.
Where does ocean water go at low tide? Lovely.
We started.
Yeah, we're just going for it. We're going straight for it.
Oh my God, this view is beautiful.
Isn't it just? I brought you here because it reminds me of when we first met.
Oh my God, yeah. In Hawaii.
That's right. And on that day when our eyes met across the beach, I knew that there was something intangible just out of reach.
When the sun was beating down on the sand that day, I thought, I hope that our love never fades away.
And I thought, where does it go? ocean of my love. I said, where does it go? I don't want to fade away from this day.
Though sometimes it feels like there are sharks in the water and I'm swimming far away. When we argue, I feel like the tide is coming over me.
And I feel there's an undersea current that drags me back to you. And as I try to swim harder, there's nothing I can do. I can't say, where does it go? The tide of my love, where does it go away? I say, where does it go? The tide of my love. I don't ever want it to fade.
I don't ever want it to fade.
I don't ever want it to fade.
'Cause we have got it made.
Just like the sea.
Oh wow! What's the title of that musical?
The title of that musical is Two People Ponder.
By the Pond.
Yeah. I liked the moment at the end there where we didn't know what word we were going to sing and just stared at each other for a few moments, then settled on sea.
Yeah, I thought you might go with ocean. But,
Yeah, I
but
thought that and then thought, I can't scan
ocean
that.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
work.
Ocean.
You have to do the hard in. See, it's easier.
Shall we get a guest on?
Yeah. Anyway, that's what we do if you don't know what we do. And now let's do the other thing we do, which is interview amazing people.
Yeah, so first up we're gonna speak to Sooz Kempner. We're gonna get the band to do a little introductory sting.
Oh yeah, great. So can you do a sting inspired by like, imagine late nights. So Sooz was just telling us about this night she runs at the Phoenix Arts Club, which is like late night, people drunk, so they're singing and she's singing songs and they're all singing along. So sort of late night cabaret kind of feeling. Sting, as we welcome to the stage, Sooz Kempner.
Thank you.
Sooz,
It is very like that, actually.
is it
Yeah.
exactly the same?
Yeah, like Sally Bowles meets the internet.
So Sooz Kempner, welcome to the Showstopper Improvised podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. We're very pleased to have you here at the Boulevard Theatre.
Gorgeous.
I don't know what's happened to my voice.
Pippa suddenly turned into a robot. So, hey, Sooz. It's lovely. No, you and I know each other from 7 years ago.
Yeah,
or
we go
thereabouts.
way back. Yeah.
We did. Sooz and I did a production of The Mikado by
That's
Gilbert
right.
and Sullivan.
Yeah, at the Tabard Theatre in Chiswick.
Yeah.
Heady days.
Beautiful.
Who were you playing, Sue?
Katisha, the only woman in the cast who is constantly described as being hideously ugly by the other characters. Like, there's 4 female characters, and 3 of them they sing Three Little Maids. And they're very beautiful, and everyone talks about how beautiful they are. And every time I appear on stage, people go, "Ugh! She's awful. She's disgusting."
Yeah,
So,
as lovely as Gilbert and Sullivan is, Gilbert does have a bit of a problem with old women. Like literally every character, you're either 20 and beautiful, and then when you're older than that, you're described as disgusting.
And I was in my 20s, but it's still disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harsh times.
Who were you in that?
I was Pooh Bah, who's Lord High everything else.
Yeah.
For the benefit of the tape, Pippa made a strange facial reaction, as if to say, "Yes, of course you were, Andy."
Hey, I say nothing. So Sooz, you do so much. And I think what's interesting about yourself and our future guests are about to arrive is that you are a comedian and you're a musical theatre person and you're cabaret. And I'm just interested about like how do you this is a good question because we're recording this almost at Christmas time. What do you say when people say, "How's the career going?" How do you answer that question?
I tend to die a little inside and hope it doesn't show on my face.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, okay, thanks. Because even if it's going really well, if you're not on live at at the Apollo, they're not remotely impressed. Or in EastEnders.
Yeah. So do your relatives, do they think you're a musical theatre performer or a comedian or a cabaret performer or just a terrible mess?
Interesting. They seem to get it. I mean, I think to my nana, I'm just kind of a disappointment because I didn't go into academia.
Okay.
Right.
But the rest of them, they seem fine with what I'm doing because I'm left wing. And the whole family is incredibly left wing. So as long as you're not like a Nazi or a Tory.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, that's nice that you don't have that pressure because so many performers at the moment are talking about how hard it is when they go home at Christmas and have to try and explain exactly as you say if you're not on Live at the Apollo / EastEnders. And then they generally, if they're nice relatives, they'll offer to write to them for you.
That's it. Yeah.
Which is really sweet, guys. Just so you know that's not helpful.
It tends to be like, it tends to be like friends of friends. So I went to my old friend James from school. I went to his family barbecue that he has every summer in, I think, end of July. And his family were all there and I was introduced. And one of them said, "Oh, yeah, have you been on Live at the Apollo?" And I said, "No." And they all laughed. They all went, "Oh," like, "Oh, no." They laughed like that.
What?
Yeah. And I thought, but I've just told you I've got a few things going on, but they're not. They just go, they're not on Live at the Apollo. One man went, "Oh, dear," like that.
Oh. How strange.
That was
and
really
did
weird.
James stand up for you? Did he throw them all
No,
in
he
the
laughed
barbecue?
too. I think he thought it was very funny that I'd made them all laugh, but I was like, no, it's not meant to be like that.
Oh, well, this is going well.
And I ate a big jacket potato all angry.
I hope you ate it like it was an apple. Like,
Spitting out the pips.
I find strangers can be the worst for that kind of conversation. Is it, getting like a taxi driver or someone, like if you ever admit that you're a performer, it's like a lot of actors won't admit to it. They'll just say what their day job is or what their hobby is. 'Cause like you suddenly get that question of, have anything I might have seen you in?
Yeah.
And it's like, because you don't, with other professions, you don't go, are you successful enough for me to care about you? Are you a head teacher or just a regular teacher?
Yeah.
It's true. I had someone, I was a bloody funeral last year, putting the fun in funeral, and someone went, "Oh, and like things are going all right." And it sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, but that was me trying to, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this. What you need is your big break in something big on television." And I went, "Oh, I mean, there's not really any such thing as a big break." "Yeah, but like you need to be on something big on television." And they'd never say it like, you wouldn't say to someone who worked sort of mid-level in a law firm, you need to be CEO. It wouldn't happen.
You need to work in Canary Wharf, really.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, it's such a shame.
Yeah, if you're not on the
It's such a
Jubilee
shame.
line.
Yeah, right. When I went to register my daughter's birth, right? And the registrar, who's like, because you put on the form like, mother and father's occupation, whatever, but acting, and for my own interest is, what sort of acting do you do?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I do musicals and comedy, and I'm in the show called Showstopper. He's like, all right, where's that on? I was like, well, actually, we won an Olivier Award and we're in the West End. He went, I haven't seen you. And then he said, and I go to a lot of theatre.
Brilliant.
It's like, I'm registering my daughter's birth. This is meant to be like an incredibly happy occasion. And now I feel terrible about the life I'm providing for her.
Shouldn't you be in a show that I've seen? Yeah, it's weird.
I do a lot of stuff on Radio 4, so that's either met with, Radio 4, or don't listen to that. So
maybe eventually you'll be on television.
Yeah.
They think it's like working in a bank, don't they?
Yeah,
They think you start on the desk and then eventually you're Mr. Lloyd's.
Yeah, but also because I would happily go on that. And what's the program on ITV where you have to throw yourself at big...
Oh, the wall.
No, not the wall. There's it's like got water and then you run and you jump on things.
Oh, yeah.
And then you always
It's incredibly
fall.
dangerous.
What,
They
is that
film it in
Wipeout?
Argentina.
It's like Wipeout, yeah. Takashi's Castle. Isn't that?
maybe.
I think that's the old version. That was Phil Nichol, who's not on the show yet, joining in. But so I'd do that, but then they wouldn't.
Right.
That wouldn't be career, would it? That would be like that wouldn't count. I was on Noel Edmonds' house party when I was 8.
What?
So
no, beep, back up. I want to hear about this.
I was on Wait Till I Get You Home, which was where they interviewed you about your parents and stupid things you did.
Wow.
You're nodding, you don't know it. And I said all these awful things about my parents, including like, I found a book about sex under their bed. Awful. And my poor parents agreed to go on it. I've got it on a VHS tape somewhere.
Did it earn money?
It did earn money. There was no money. But I won a mini colour TV, which
that's
this
pretty good.
would have been 1992. Or
So
something.
we're specifying a colour TV. It was 1952.
Technology moves pretty fast.
But then here's the kicker. This was during fun IRA times, and it was because the show was going to go out on the Saturday night, and it was the night that the IRA did a bomb scare to the BBC television. So it didn't go out. And then on Monday morning when I got to school, everyone was like, I was going to watch it, but then it didn't go on. They just replaced it with Noel Edmonds' Christmas surprises or whatever. Do you remember he used to go?
yeah.
He used to go
Noel
around and
Edmonds'
give Christmas
Christmas
presents.
presents.
Yes, yeah. So they just
And he
replaced
used to
it
go
with that.
around and like in my. I'm definitely remembering this wrong, but it was people in hospitals, and I do remember him delivering someone a kidney.
Are you sure that wasn't Challenge Annika?
Challenge Annika. Hello, I need a kidney.
I need 4 kidneys very quickly.
I need kidneys. Can you do a better price on those? He definitely went to hospital and gave someone a kidney. I've not made this up.
It's probably on YouTube, Sooz.
I feel like if he had, it would be more famous.
Now, it's great talking about, obviously, our amazing television careers. But what musicals are you enjoying that are in the West End at the moment?
Wicked. Still.
Do you still love Wicked?
Pretty
Wicked is your
basic.
favourite.
I hate the word basic, actually, because it just is like an insulting way to describe someone who likes something that's popular. But I like Wicked a lot. Yeah.
Is that your dream role, Elphaba?
Yeah, it sort of is. Yeah. I feel like once I've ticked that off the list, like it's going to happen.
It will.
No, yeah. I want, but like if I played Elphaba, I think I'd be like, yeah, it was worth spending 11 grand on drama school. Finally, it's worth it.
Would there be a point? Would you do Elphaba like? Is there a point where you wouldn't want to do Elphaba like? I don't know. If it's in its 25th year, would you still be out? You know, some people are funny about like.
Oh, no,
I wouldn't be like 7th Elphaba.
No, I would.
You would be 7th.
Yeah, I ain't picky.
Yeah, great.
I do it.
And what's the draw? What's the draw of Elphaba for
And
you?
you get to belt really high,
Right.
and little girls in the audience look at you and go, "Oh, I quite like the idea of that." But that made it sound like they find me sexy. I don't even know. They look at you and make an aspirational noise, which in my world is or something.
Okay, so Elphaba is there, and then you get Elphaba. You've done Elphaba. What's next? What's after Elphaba?
I hadn't really thought that far ahead. Maybe like play Elphaba in the movie and win an Oscar, and then after that I'll be president.
Great, it's a natural progression.
Yeah,
It's quite normal.
and I'll be president, and I'll change it so 2 terms is cancelled, and I am president for 40 years, and then I die, and I've disarmed all the nuclear weapons in the world. And
With a song.
you're welcome. With a song, with a high belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the laughter died because I think people thought I was serious, and in many ways I am.
No, I think they were just impressed at how well thought through this plan was.
Yeah,
when you lied and
I was
said,
thinking
I've
on
not
my
really
feet.
thought about it.
I hadn't thought about it, and then when I thought about it, it turned out it was all there. It was all there.
Have you seen Dear Evan Hansen?
Not yet.
I really want to see it.
Not
you can't-
yet.
You can't buy tickets till like February or
Yeah,
something.
it's doing really well,
It's
isn't
really
it?
annoying. Has anyone in the audience seen it yet? Have you seen it?
Oh my
gosh!
Nearly
All of them.
everyone.
How did you all get in there? How did you get in there? Just booked it.
What is
You
this
asked the most probing
witchcraft?
questions. You heard it here first.
I could have been more organised, you're right. To be fair.
How do you buy tickets for the theatre? That's quite, yeah.
Did you book it like when it was announced? You were like getting in there. 3 years ago. 3 months ago. Okay, I was going to say
Okay,
3 years
okay,
ago
gotcha.
before it was open. I hacked the system. Yeah, amazing. Was it good? Was it good?
Oh,
Yeah, oh gosh,
so excited.
it's amazing. Everyone's going to go and see.
I'm going to see it tomorrow.
What?
Yeah. But
Who are you taking? Your wife?
Yeah.
She gets all the good gigs.
I'm sorry, but we've been through this before. You get special wife privileges when you marry me and not before.
Oh, wow. Can you film it? No.
Me and my wife, no.
What? No! I mean, you like put your camera in the lapel and then you film it.
Oh, right.
I know you wouldn't do that because you're a really
I
well-behaved
think
man.
people would trust you. Is
Who
that
do you
what?
think?
Because you've got a little orange.
This
brooch.
orange goes everywhere with me, but yeah, it could
like
be a
it.
camera,
Which,
couldn't it?
just
Has
for
it
the
got a
purposes
camera?
of the podcast, Pippa's wearing a small orange pin badge.
Which I often wear if I have a suit shirt on instead of a bow tie.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't she kooky? She's so fun. We should make up a song with Sooz.
Do we want to do a quiz with Sooz
Oh,
first?
we want to do a quiz. Can we have some quiz
Yeah.
music, please?
Should we get it? Yeah, super in the style of like a classic 70s American quiz show.
Yeah, great.
Oh. Yeah.
Welcome to the Showstoppers Christmas musical quiz. So this is, ladies don't know this yet, this is a quiz, Sooz v. Pippa.
Oh.
And it's on the subject of musical theatre.
Oh no, I'm going to be.
Okay, there are just 10
crap.
questions.
Right.
You can choose for each time to get an easy question for 2 points,
Okay.
or a hard question for 5 points.
Wow.
And just to let you know, though, I tried them out on my wife and mother-in-law last night, and they said they were, quote, all bloody impossible. So just bear that in mind.
Great news.
Okay, and at any time you can play your Jellicle card, which will involve a surprise question for an undisclosed number of points.
Great.
Okay, so to decide who goes first, right, you can buzz in when you have the answer to this. Okay.
Do
Do we
have
to make
my
a
head like I'm
Do we have
in
to
Rain
know
Man?
what? Yeah. What do we have to have our own buzz?
Yeah, what's your buzz, Pippa? What's your buzz, Sooz? Great, okay. So, what composer, a musical theatre composer, links the following things? Oh, God. An English osteopath. A Wilkie Collins musical, a mystery. A Catholic football team. An Old Testament fashionista. Buzz anytime, guys.
Your wife's right.
Yep.
Burt Bacharach.
No. A Parisian opera house.
Well.
Yes, Sooz for the
Andrew
steal.
Lloyd Webber.
Yes, it's Andrew Lloyd Webber. The first one was
English osteopath.
Stephen Ward, the
Ward.
musical. The Wilkie Collins mystery is The Woman in White. Catholic football team is The Beautiful Game. An Old Testament fashionista is
What?
Jesus.
Joseph and his amazing
Joseph.
technical.
Oh no, he wasn't in the Old Testament, was he? Jesus.
my
Parisian
gosh.
Opera House was the
Sorry, a bit Jewish.
Phantom of the Opera. The ones you didn't get were A Nazarene Carpenter's Son, which would have been
Oh, yeah,
Jesus Christ
he's Jesus.
Superstar, and then the last two were Some Trains and Some Stupid Cats.
Whereas I was
okay.
thinking when you said osteopath, Bacharach. That's how I came to that.
Great.
Thanks. Just so you know that there was something.
went
It
cryptic.
wasn't
I
just a
see that, I
wild
see
guess.
that. You went far more levels of complexity than I had in mind. Great. Okay, so Sooz, you get the first question. Do you want easy or difficult?
Did that not get many points?
No, that's just to decide who goes first. It's going
I
to
was
be a long
elated.
night, guys.
Okay, I'll go. Would you count that first question as easy or difficult?
Well, it started difficult and then got easy as it went on.
Do you know what? I'll start with a difficult one.
Start with difficult
Start
one.
with
Okay,
difficult
here we
one.
go.
Arrogant pig.
Right, yeah, okay. What was Stephen Sondheim's first Broadway show?
Oh!
You don't need to buzz anymore. It's just your question.
That was my answer.
Yeah, great.
West Side Story.
And his first... we've already...
He didn't write the question right. He didn't write the question
Book and
right.
lyrics.
Sorry. Yeah, book it. Music and lyrics.
Funny thing happened on the way
That
to
is
the
correct for
forum.
5 points. Pippa, would you like easy or difficult?
Easy.
Easy. Okay. Name any Cy Coleman musical.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Incorrect. I'm sorry,
five-
you could have had City of Angels, Exactly Like You, I Love My Wife, Little Me, On the 20th Century, Seesaw, Sweet Charity, Welcome to the Club, Wildcat, or the Will Rogers Follies.
Oh.
Sooz, we got to get through the questions. Sooz, do you want easy or difficult?
Okay, difficult.
Difficult, okay. Alan Boublil and Claude Michel Schoenberg are famous for creating Les Miserables and Miss Saigon. Name any of their other musicals.
Martin Gare, Marguerite.
Correct for 5 points.
Yay!
Martin, yeah, Marguerite, or the Pirate Queen. Great. Pippa.
Yes.
Susie's super in the lead.
Yeah, I'll go hard then.
Hard then. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a fun one. All right. Arthur Lawrence's first draft of the script that would later become West Side Story had a different name. What was it?
Over the hedge.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It was not Over the Hedge.
Oh.
It was called East Side Story.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you should have done.
But then I wanted to do a joke.
Yeah.
Isn't
that the story of Pippa's life?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was East Side Story, and it was about a group of Catholics versus a group of Jews.
Wow.
Oh, I'm quite glad it wasn't that.
Yeah.
That could have been quite problematic 50
Okay.
years on.
Okay, so currently, how many points does Sooz have? Can you do it musically for me? That's 10 points for Sooz. How many points does Pippa have? Great, okay. Okay, Sooz.
Yeah.
Would you like difficult or easy?
I'm go difficult.
You're going to
I
go
may
difficult.
as well gamble with my...
okay. What is the connection, Sooz,
Okay,
between the composers of Oklahoma and Light in the Piazza?
Adam Ghetto is the son of Mary Rogers, who's the daughter of Rogers off of Rogers and Hammerstein.
That's correct. An easy way would be saying grandfather and grandson, but yes,
sorry.
That's another 5 points for Sooz. Pippa, you've got an awful lot of catching up to. You can play your Jellicle card.
Oh, play my
anytime.
Jellicle card, please.
Perfect timing. Your Jellicle card. Okay, what happens is I'm going to ask you a question from my brain.
Okay.
And if you get it right, you'll get level pegging with Sooz.
Wow.
If you get it wrong, we'll get to that later on.
Oh my God. Sounds awful.
Sounds really weird.
It's a Jellicle question, so it's on the musical Cats.
Okay, my favourite.
Are there any redeeming features of the musical Cats?
No!
Correct! You're level pegging! 15 points each, okay. This is the last question. Last question apiece. Let's see how we go. Sooz.
I better play my Jellicle card.
Oh, you're going to play your Jellicle card?
I mean, it won't make any difference, surely.
No, that would make you level pegging, which you already are, and thus give Pippa the advantage in the final question.
Oh, well, I won't do that.
Yeah.
No Jellicle card, please.
No Jellicle card, no Jellicle card.
No Jellicle card, no difficult.
Okay, difficult. Here we go, difficult.
Oh,
okay,
God.
This is a difficult one.
Okay.
Complete the Sondheim lyric. It's a very short road from the pinch and the punch.
To the paunch and the... Oh, I used to sing this song as well. To the paunch and the pouch and the pension.
Yes, that's right.
Is that right? Oh!
Very, very good. That's from the Miller's
In the
Son, A Little Light
meanwhile.
Music. Okay, Pippa, if you want to have any chance, actually, there is one hard question that has a bonus point on it.
Yes!
That could make, if you choose hard,
I'll go that
and get
one.
this entirely right.
That's definitely going to happen. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay, great. So, there have been 5 musical theatre composers and 1 musical theatre lyricist who've won an EGOT, which is getting an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. You get 1 point for each of them that you name.
Oh, Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Correct, 1 point.
Stephen Sondheim?
Wrong.
Oh.
Hasn't he?
The Schoenberg dudes?
No.
You just naming all the composers that have been named.
Cy Coleman?
No.
The 2 that did the old... Dear Evan Hansen, those guys.
No.
Rogers and Hammerstein.
Rogers, yes.
And Michael Ball.
Unfortunately not, but you got 2 points there.
Yay!
2 points. The correct answer is Richard Rogers, Robert Lopez of Avenue Q and Frozen.
Jennifer's father.
Yep, that's right. Andrew Lloyd Webber, Marvin Hamlish.
Oh, my favourite.
Composer of A Chorus Line. Mel Brooks.
Oh,
And then the lyricist. Can anyone in the audience guess who the lyricist is? Yeah, I tried it out on you last night, wife. Can anyone guess? 1 lyricist has won an EGOT. Any guesses? From the front row said Candor or Ebb is incorrect. It's Tim Rice.
Oh, Tim.
He donated to UKIP.
Wow.
Take
Is that
us
what you
off.
will? Everyone is welcome to listen to the podcast. So we all know.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, final scores. Can we hear? What are the scores for Pippa Evans? No, musically. Come on now.
Okay.
That is 12 points.
No,
No.
it shouldn't have been.
Tw-
Another one. Try to do it again.
16 points.
17 points.
17 points, great! It's working perfectly. Okay, 17 points to Pippa Evans, and for Sooz Kempner. 20 points to Sooz!
Thank you.
Those. What knowledge you have.
Yeah, wow.
So I think maybe Andrew and I have very similar frames of reference.
Yeah,
when
let's
it comes to
never have a
musicals.
dinner party and invite like both of you. It'll be horrific.
Just
wouldn't it?
completing Sondheim lyrics
Yeah.
at the end of the
Super
table.
cute.
We should make up a song.
We need to make up a song because we've got to get our other guest on as well, isn't it? We've got so much to do. So, yeah, let's make up a song together. So, Sooz, have
Okay.
you ever made up a song?
Yeah,
you
quite
write
often in my
songs?
car.
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes I have arguments with my boyfriend in the car as well, and he's not in it, and we broke up 7 years ago. But often I just make up a song.
Okay, great. Well, that's
Yeah.
worrying and lovely. Because you write songs, so we should say that as well. You write songs, you write funny songs.
Yeah, I
and,
do a podcast, and during the podcast I have to write a song that I perform at the end,
Great.
based on what we were talking about.
So you're used to writing songs in a short space of time. This is all it is. It's just writing a song in the most
Gotcha.
shortest amount of time you can
Okay,
imagine,
even
which is
shorter amount
immediately.
of time.
So it's just
Yeah.
writing a song. And we always say to our guests, it's not about being funny. Actually, people have go, oh, you've got to be quick-witted and everything. Actually, no. If you come and watch Showstopper, what you realise actually is what we're doing is really taking our time and really doing what normal songs do, which is repeat things, go with the shapes of songs, so verses and choruses, and just like relax into it.
But
And
your song about tides and love was so amazing.
Oh,
I
thank
was sitting over there. I've definitely seen much worse songs in musicals that have been going for years.
Cats, for example.
Great. So, do you have a favorite, like a style you'd like to sing in, or
No, you choose. I really don't mind, because I feel like I'd be dictating, which I'm not allowed to do till I'm president.
Okay, yeah, you
In like
save it
10
up for then.
years.
Well, so maybe should we just get something that it's about, and
Yeah.
then maybe the
Okay,
band
let's
will
do
be
that.
inspired. Duncan loves to be inspired. What would anyone here like a song about? It could just be a thing, a word, something you've done. Oh, yes, at the back there.
Organ deliveries.
Oh, great, yeah, organ delivery. Oh, great, yeah. So maybe it's
Edmonds.
maybe it's like kind of creepy, like a bit creepy.
Yeah, that's quite
Great.
like 80s Sondheim, isn't it? A bit Sweeney Todd.
Okay, yeah, great. Let's go. Look at these, Dr. Sooz.
Please, I need a kidney. Please, I need a kidney.
A kidney for you, a kidney in hand, a kidney will do. I'll find it soon, I'll give it to you for a fee, a kidney.
What is your fee? What is your fee?
$1,000 and give it in hand. I won't take it out over this land. I
But I
can't.
don't have $1,000. I looked in my pocket. I just have $1. Would you accept $1? $1?
I'll just take your kidney as payment for this kidney.
That seems fair. The kidney that I have is in bad shape.
I cut it out, put it in my hand. I'll take it out, I'll put it there. I'll take a kidney, give it back. It is a kidney for a kidney.
Thank you for my fresh kidney. I'll put it in, screw it in. I've screwed in my fresh kidney. I feel better already.
A kidney.
A kidney. A kidney. That was so exhilarating.
It was really fun. I could really see those characters. They were horrible, weren't
That
they?
was quite a lot
Yeah.
like what happened on Noel's Christmas present.
Yeah, it was indeed. Well, speaking of kidneys and useful organs, let's bring one on. Please welcome our
let's say
second.
we need a sting, we need a
Oh
sting.
yes, please. Yeah, so a sting in the style. Well, so he's everybody's talking about Jamie. So something kind of drag queeny, glamour, super glamazon-y. Please welcome Mr. Phil Nichol. I can tell that Duncan watches a lot of drag from that what he played there. Phil Nichol, hello.
Hi, everybody.
It's so great to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me on your wonderful podcast.
No, you're very, very welcome to be here. Now, we're excited to have Phil here because he is currently he's just in his last week at Everybody's Talking About Jamie. Playing wonderful Hugo. Slash Loco Chanel. And how's that been, Phil? What's it been like?
Oh, it's been really wonderful, because after doing the Apollo and appearing on EastEnders this year, I just felt really great being on, getting a little part in the West End, just to hold myself over before I hit Holby City. So,
you know what? When you said that, I didn't get it at first. I was like, oh, good for him.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, yeah. I'm practicing for the Christmas season.
But for any listeners who aren't familiar with Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
I thought you were about to say, for anyone who's not familiar with Phil Nichol, he's not on any of those things. He's a lying...
What is the musical everyone's talking about, Jamie?
Well, it's a wonderful new musical from Dan Gillespie Sells and Tom McRae. It's based on a true story. In 2011, a boy named Jamie Campbell, who was a 15-and-a-half-year-old boy that lived in County Durham on a council estate with his working-class mum, rang Channel 4 and said, my name is Jamie, I'm 15 and a half, I live in a council estate, and I'm gay, and I want to be a drag queen. You should make a documentary about me. And Channel 4 went, that's a great idea. So Firecracker Documentaries made a documentary called Jamie Drag Queen at 16. And the people that saw the show, actually the director, Jonathan Buttrell, saw about a year later, saw the show late at night and went, that would make a great musical. And he was working with Michael Ball at the time. And he said to Michael Ball, I've got this idea. And Michael Ball was trying to work on another project with Dan and Tom and said, I've got these two other guys in mind and their musical sucks and they don't have a clue. And oh my God, they might hear this. It's an award-winning musical. Shut up, everybody. It was great. So anyway, they got together and they approached the Crucible in Sheffield, and the rest is history. Yeah.
And you've been in it. This is not your first, but second time in Jamie, isn't it?
Yeah. I was in the original West End cast for about 9 months. Yep. Oh yeah.
And then
was I nominated for an Olivier? No way. It was the year of Hamilton. Hamilton swept to the board.
Yeah.
All right, back off.
You're literally whooping a show that robbed this man.
Yeah, exactly. No, they had for best supporting actor, they had 3 actors in a category of 5 people. Yeah. Hello. Anyway, I'm not bitter.
No, bitter.
You won the People's Olivier.
Yeah. I did, yeah. My mum called me up and said, we the people think you're hilarious.
And what's it like going back into a show?
It's very relaxing because you know the part. They've edited the part a little bit, but also just the idea that they've invited you back is sort of a verification that you did okay the first time, because you never really know. It's an incredible musical if you haven't seen it, and it gets full houses and standing ovations. So it's lovely to be a part of that. To be asked back into it sort of made me feel comfortable that I actually had that I did something worthy or worthwhile. Yeah.
And is that your first musical film?
No. When I was 4, I was in Alice in Wonderland, and I was one of the Bluebirds. But I've been in musicals my whole life, although I don't think of myself as a singer. But I was in a West End show called Taboo, which Boy George wrote a musical. Yeah. And I was actually in Boy George was playing the part of Lee Bowery while I was playing the part of Philip Sahn. So I performed with George for every day for 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And we actually sang. It was when the invasion of Iraq happened, and that day the two of us sang "War is Stupid" on stage together. Is the highlight of my career up to that point. I love Boy George. He's a wonderful man.
So Phil, so the reason we thought it was great actually having you and Sooz on the same podcast is that you are similar in that you have all these skills, and so I think you're also someone that people like, but I thought you were a comedian. Why are you suddenly in a musical? Why, I don't understand. So how do you explain yourself to relatives / anyone?
I don't. No, I don't, there's no explanation for it. I called it a diversification of skills, Pippa.
Oh, right.
And
That's good,
I
I'll
think
remember that.
if you concentrate on something and become really niche and very good at something, then you have that one path, and you either make it on that path or not. And I've been just a weirdo kid who pushed along lots of different things at once. So I have lots of different pots and pans going on the same stove, and every once in a while one of them boils over and becomes successful. So if that's what a weird way of looking at it, Phil. I just made that up. Hope my song's better.
I think it's really good, actually. I think it's a really nice image, actually, all the different pots. And do you have a favourite pot, or, like, at the moment, so you're just doing this musical, you're about to finish, does it make you go, oh, I hope I can find another musical quickly? Or you're like, okay, I've done musical, I'm going to go back on the road, do some stand-up for a bit. Like, how does it work in terms of how your brain works?
Well, I compartmentalize myself. So I'm doing the show, and it finishes on Saturday, and then the following week I'm doing stand-up comedy at the Glee Club in Glasgow, and I will switch off the musical part of my brain and switch on the stand-up comedy part of my brain, and that's just how I work. I've got lots of little projects in the go, and after I do this podcast, I'm going to a poetry night. Oh yeah, man, got depth.
And so do you have a favourite musical in the West End at the moment?
Everybody's talking about Jamie. It's
Obviously.
fantastic.
And everyone is talking about it.
I'm look forward to the coming of Beetlejuice. Yeah, because I reckon
You'd be amazing casting.
I know. It's a show about death, everybody. So if there's any producers listening to this podcast,
Now, the most interesting about that is that Andrew Pugsley would also be.
Have the part. Wait a minute.
And so I'm going to try. We're going to try and get them to be the alternate. They will just share the part of Beetlejuice because they would be.
Can I be Winona Ryder?
Yes, that's perfect.
Thanks. Glad that's all sorted. Casting team.
I'd like to be the lady that I only ever think of as being from Home Alone.
Oh, Catherine O'Hara.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be her.
Oh.
She'd be delighted at that description of her career.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Because she's done so many things, but whenever I see her, I just see Kevin. It must be awful.
It's very moving, the end of Home Alone.
Home Alone is one of the best
really
films.
devastatingly moving, in considering it's a stupid comedy where Joe Pesci just tries not to swear for 2 hours.
I'll tell you another devastating career thing was I used to only know Peter O'Toole from Supergirl the movie, and my mum would I might say, oh, that's that man from Supergirl. She's like, he's done so many things. Terrible behaviour.
We should contextualise Beetlejuice a little bit for anyone who doesn't know. Beetlejuice, obviously the amazing Tim Burton film from the 1980s. Sooz probably knows what date it was.
88?
88, let's say it's 88. But it has been turned into an amazing Broadway musical by Eddie Perfect, and it's hilarious and brilliant, and is probably coming to the West End very soon.
well, we hope. I hope.
Yeah.
I believe it is, isn't it? But it's been
Don't you
said.
guys think I'd be great?
Yeah.
Andy'd be really good, but don't you think?
Let's just
let's move on
reassess.
anyway. What
So-
other parts should we both be doing?
But is there a part other than that? I mean, that's a part that could exist soon. But is there a part on the West End right now that you really want, or a part that you're like, I really want that, but I know I'd never get that?
Well, no, I don't know. Not particularly. I mean, I'd like to be in, Death of a Salesman, but that'd be a weird casting at this point.
You should. So you'd like to do straight plays as well, like without jokes?
I would love to. I'd prefer to do that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen myself. I was actually, this is true, having a out-of-body experience on stage, thinking I'm in this wonderful West End musical, and I just not what I thought I'd see myself. It's not what I was thinking I would do when I trained as an actor. I wanted to be, doing something like The Ferryman.
Oh.
We went to watch The Ferryman. I thought, I'd love to be in that. That'd be great.
And then Justin Edwards was in it.
Yeah.
Did you like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a big beard. Can you grow a big beard?
I can grow a big beard.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'm doing it now.
Oh, wow. That is some impressive display. For the benefit of the podcast, Phil Nichol has grown a full beard.
Now, of course, Sooz had a quiz, which means it's only fair that you have a quiz,
No.
Phil. And this quiz is...
Can I just say I don't like quizzes?
Yes.
Because I'm an airhead and I can't retain any knowledge. And
terribly
so
sad,
this
isn't
is
it?
going to
Well,
be horrible.
let's
But
see what
please
happens.
feel free to help me out.
No, it is against the rules. Do not help
Wow.
our guest who is here being kind.
Has
being on
someone
our
brought
podcast.
a blanket and pillows in? Because that's what this podcast is going like, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a pile of
Oh,
coats.
Phil Nichols on. Better bring the blanket and pillows. Get a little snooze in. Snooze with Sooz.
You snooze, you lose.
Can we please have some quiz music that sums up the current climate emergency?
From that, I think we're going to be all right. It's difficult, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. Thank you, Duncan Atkins and Alex Atty.
Yeah.
This is the quiz. Now, of course, Phil has been in Everybody's Talking About Dreaming, so it seems only right that this is a quiz about drag queens.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I don't have anywhere near the complicated scoring system that Andrew Pugsley had because some of us have things to do. So this will be Phil versus Andrew.
Right.
Phil, first question for you.
Wait, can I just preface before this? I'm going to get none of these right.
Yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
Let me say that
won't
now.
remember any of them either. So.
You will. You'll all be great. Okay. Question 1. The mentor of a drag queen is sometimes known as what?
Drag mother.
That's correct.
Are we supposed to buzz in?
Oh, do you want to have a buzz noise?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
okay,
do a
great.
buzz.
Okay.
What
What's your
was
buzz noise?
My buzz is...
And yours, Phil? Okay, great. And it's 3 points for a right answer and none for a wrong one.
Great. Are we buzzing on all of these?
Yeah, no, let's just go buzzing for the whole of it. Look at it. This is just improv in action.
See, it didn't take long to make it this complicated, did it? Turns out you can do other things.
Which drag queen has everybody heard of?
RuPaul.
Yes! That's right. Phil plays Loca Chanel in Everybody's Talking About Jamie. What are the names of the other 3 drag queens?
Like a Virgin, Trey Sophisticate, and Sandra Bullock.
Correct! Well done for remembering the
My
characters
lines.
that you
For
named.
remembering. Thank you. Well done for remembering your lines.
I hope they're not all going to be... What is Loco Chanel's
What?
third line
Third
in
line.
scene 3?
I don't mind if it's that.
Yeah.
What term is used for an incredibly feminine drag queen?
Twink.
No, that is not. That's not right. Yes.
An incredibly effeminate drag queen.
No. It is in fact fishy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not
I knew that.
Yeah, you knew. Which LGBTQ venue famous for its drag shows was saved in 2015 by getting listed status?
Madam JoJo's?
No.
The other one.
Raymond
I know this.
Review Bar.
Is
No.
Sooz going to steal?
Sooz, ready to steal.
The RVT.
That's right. Correct.
Oh, I knew
Pretty
that.
Yes, for stealing accurately, Sooz gets 10 points.
What?
Complete this sentence. Sissy, that...
Isn't where that should go.
No, but 2 points for being funny. It is, in fact, Sissy, that walk.
Sissy that walk. Oh, yeah.
The art of moving your mouth to the words of a song is called...
Lip sync.
Yay!
We all knew that.
If you were a drag queen, what would your name be?
Loco Chanel.
The first recorded use of drag in reference to actors dressed in women's clothing was in what year?
1879.
1647.
It was in fact 1870. So I think you get
Wait,
you get some points. Yeah, 3
wait
points.
a minute.
What?
In Shakespeare's day, men played Cleopatra.
This doesn't mean they said the word drag, though, does it?
That's drag.
That is drag, but
It's
it wasn't called.
drag.
It was.
No,
Go on
this-
stage.
this-
Go, Phil.
This quiz sucks.
Phil loses 6
No,
points.
this-
He loses 6
This
points.
quiz sucks, and the quizmaster's weird.
No, it's Jersey Phil.
That is
I've turned. If I don't win, you guys are dead.
that is the end of the quiz. Because of violence, we don't have violence on the show's podcast. It's very
This is a
gentle.
show about death.
Alex Atty,
Beetlejuice.
please tell us the scores using your cajon. Okay. Phil first. 6. Yep. Well done.
6 points.
Andrew Pugsley got 9.
Yeah.
And
8.
8. And Sooz got...
Wait a minute.
10 points! Amazing work. Thank goodness Sooz is here, quite frankly. The general knowledge queen. Well, we're almost at the end, but we need to make up a song with Phil, really.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything they'd like the song to be sung about?
What am I going to be when I grow up?
Oh,
What am I going to be when I grow up?
What am I going to
Amazing.
be when I grow up? That's lovely.
Well, okay.
That's what you're going to sing about.
Okay.
Someone's future's in your hands. Hey, Tommy, have you got a dream about what you're going to be when you're older?
I sure do, Sister Mary.
I'm so excited to hear about all your ideas.
It's not easy growing up when you're just a pup and you have a little tail and you go whoop, whoop, whoop. It's not easy being big when you're a little tiny pig, but that's okay. I'm a human being.
Oh, little Tommy, it's fun to see you running round and round.
I've only got one leg.
The happiest puppy in town.
The one-legged puppy called Ralph-a-roo. Ralph-a-ree, Ralphie, Ralphie, Ralph-a-roo. It's not me, they named me.
Yeah.
They named me Ralph-a-ree.
What will he be? Where will he stop when this puppy grows up? What will he be? Where will he stop when the puppy grows up? What will he be? Where will he stop when this puppy grows up? What will he be? Where will he stop when the puppy grows up?
Britain's Got Talent, a one-legged dog. Britain's Got Talent, I'm the one-legged dog. Ralph-a-ree, Ralph-a-ree, Ralph-a-ree.
Simon Cowell will see you. He'll be so impressed, and he will love you in well with your one-legged dress. And I must confess, I believe in you.
What will he be? Where will he stop when this puppy grows up? What will he be? Where will he stop when the puppy grows up? What will he be? Where will he stop when the puppy grows up? Where will he be? Where will he stop when the puppy grows up?
So funny with that. Before the show, Phil was like, "Oh, I'm quite nervous about making up a song." Amazing work. Well, I mean, do you want to do one last song?
Do I ever?
Should we have one last song all together?
Yeah.
Great. Maybe we can find a chorus that the audience can sing with us
Yeah,
as well,
lovely.
and
All
be
right.
like church, but showstop at church, showstop at church.
Yeah.
Great. Well, what should we do for this last song?
Yeah,
Do you want a musical theatre style?
Yeah, let's do this in the style of a great musical that isn't Cats.
That isn't Cats. Does anyone know any musicals? Wicked,
Wicked,
of
yeah,
course,
of course,
yes, for
of course.
Sooz, yes. Great, in the style of Wicked. What should it be about? Last thing.
Witches.
Okay, I'll begin. Something has changed within.
Oh, yes.
The anti-climax of New Year's Eve.
Amazing, yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah, great. I love it. They said they'd all be here at 9 o'clock and no one's turned up.
They're probably just going to show up at 11, stay till 12:30, then leave.
It's like this every single year. Why do I put myself through this every time?
I don't know, Charles.
Well, neither do I, Diana.
What are you trying to say, George?
I've got a stutter.
I I told you not to invite George.
Well, I thought he'd do the buffet.
Oh, did you, Georgina?
Yes, I did. Thanks a lot, George.
Sorry, Georgina.
This is classic.
That's okay.
There's no buffet? What kind of day is this? What kind of place are we in? Why are we stood here? Not even a crisp, not a what's it to eat. How can we celebrate it all?
And as the seconds count down one by one, nearing the fateful hour, how can we have lost all our power?
Oh, the oven isn't hot, it's cold, in fact. Vol au vents in it or on the table. What do we do? How can we save New Year's Eve?
Give it away to another world. Give it away as if you're in another country. A little bit earlier in the night. It doesn't feel so right. Give it away. Give New Year's Eve away.
Because I'm denying midnight. I'm denying midnight. When the clocks they chime, I will not look at the time. Because I'm denying midnight.
And the days come, the days go, and I will say no, no.
No, no, no.
Time does not exist anymore.
It's 12 o'clock at noon in Japan and 8 o'clock in the middle of the West End.
What the hell is time?
What the hell?
Anyway.
What the hell is time? 'Cause I'm denying midnight. I'm denying midnight. I won't look at the time. That way I'll be fine. 'Cause I'm denying midnight. Thank you so much for amazing guests, Sooz, Kempner, Nichol.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you, amazing musicians, Duncan, Walsh, Atkins in the keys, Alex on percussion.
Thank you so much for coming along, everybody. We've had a lovely time here.
If you enjoyed what you've listened this evening, remember you can subscribe to us on iTunes and leave a 5-star review.
5 stars. Anything less is really unhelpful.
You can check us out on social media at The Showstoppers on Twitter.
At Showstopper Musical on Instagram and / The Showstoppers on Facebook.
You can go to our website, showstopperthemusical.com,
And otherwise, you can just Google Showstopper.
because you're talented like that.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Kidney.